battle of the current top 10 player Arjun Erigaisi, who broke 2800 rating not long ago. Not so many people have done that. And Peter Leko, the Hungarian legend, vice world champion, 45 years old, was vice world champion 21 years ago, but still going strong here. Arjun plays a line that if I play this, which I do, I normally draw, frankly, or at least have zero risks. After e4, this is the Nimzo Indian, queen to c2, short castle is the main move, and pawn to e4. Best black move is d5, pawn to e5, knight to e4, and here what cowards do is bishop to d3, pawn to c5, knight to f3. This is sort of a long forced line, which has the appeal that if black deviates, he's significantly worse. So you can do this to more or less
Anybody,
and also there are not that many deviations. But of course that is not what Arjun has in mind. He plays the move a3, which is not unheard of, but is slightly less popular than the line I just showed, which is risk-free. Black has to take here with the bishop. If he took with the knight, I would take the bishop, and that would be bad news. So the bishop has to take, pawn takes back, and now long-term white has a very nice position if he were to get bishop d3, knight e2, castle, c takes d5, f3. If you give him time here, white is more or less winning strategically, but he spent some time and he's not developed yet, while black has already castled. So it's black's job to organize counterplay ASAP, and Peter does that with the pawn to c5. I have to say,
one thing that I'm noticing is that this bishop on d5 is cemento, completely solid, and with a pawn on g5 preventing a knight from jumping into f4. Everything is holding firm, but Arjun trying to get the maximum out of this position, advancing the pawn to a6, perhaps with ideas of going knight to c3, trying to remove this very strong bishop on d5, and then piling up on the 7th. But what is Leko going to do? It's his move. They're on move 36, so not in any serious time trouble. He's... Oh.
Did you see that? He said something to Arjun. He offered a draw, I think.
He offered a draw. Will Arjun accept it?
Big moment. I would normally say that Arjun plays on, but it isn't an Arjun type of position. Also, he might have overextended with his a-pawn. Ivanka, the white a-pawn is hard to defend unless you go super passive with the two white rooks. If you go one rook to a5, one rook to a4, the other black rook is coming to d6. I'm surprised Peter offered a draw because it feels like the momentum has been on black's side ever since the opening. It feels like he's slowly unraveled. The black knight on f6 would have defended everything. You can play for h5. Black rook on d6 hits the pawn. Peter gets up from his chair. That's how confident he is. And oh, it was a handshake. Bit of hesitation, but Arjun does take the draw.
Yeah, and a draw. Okay, so we're going to be seeing tie breaks for the first time between Arjun Erigaisi and Peter Leko. The players will now choose their colors. There will be a quick draw there, and wow, we're going to be able to tell a lot about these players' forms and whether they can handle the tension as soon as the time speeds up.
Yeah, and it will be the